Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new episode of NASCAR Heat 3 Career Mode. I hope you're all having a great day. Today we go to Richmond in both the Xfinity Series and in the Cup Series. And last time out we had a great run in Bristol, finishing second for the third time already this season. We had Zane Smith back in the car for the Xfinity Series as he started down in about 20th position or so. Richmond being a tough track on our team every time we come here, so I wasn't really expecting much, and Smith really wouldn't get anywhere. So he made a little bit of contact there in the first lap, but we come straight to the last lap, and he had dropped down to the 21st position, unfortunately, as he came through turns 3 and turns 4 in the exit of the corner. Smith would come through to finish in a disappointing 21st position, so not a good finish for our team, but hopefully we can turn it around next time up. Obviously, setting our focus now on the Cup Series race, a track that we have had mild success at in the past. We usually can find a way to run top 10 here. We've had a few races here that have gone wrong, so hopefully that doesn't happen today here on the Cup Series side, as we would get a contact team option. Obviously, this is our last season in the NASCAR Heat 3 Career Mode before NASCAR Heat 4 comes out, so it doesn't matter, but I'd still just chose Penske because why not? But now we come through to qualifying here through turns 3 and turns 4. It was actually a pretty decent lap. I could have gotten a little bit better through turns 1 and 2, but we come through crossing the line going P7 with a 20.704. So Truex on the pole. So let's see if we can get up towards the front here in Richmond.
We're here at Richmond Raceway for the Toyota Owners 400. Tonight, the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series makes its first of 2 stops at America's premier short track. Located just outside of Richmond in Henrico County, this 3/4-mile D-shaped oval has just undergone a large infield redevelopment project that brings race fans closer to all the exciting action. Right now, we're ready to get closer to that action ourselves. The green flag is about to fly. It's time to go racing.
Alright, we're ready to go green here for the Toyota Owners 400 at Richmond now. Martin Truex Jr. remembers you. Watch out, he is on the pole for this race. David Reagan had a rear gear change. He is starting at the back of the field now as we get ready to go green here from the 7th starting position. It is Truex and our Hendrick Motorsports teammate of Chase Elliott on the front row. Harvick and Hamlin on the second row now as the green flag is out, and we are underway here in Richmond beside the one car of Kurt Busch. Behind us, we've got Daniel Suarez and Joey Logano as we go down towards turns 1. The biggest threat here today for us is obviously the apron, and really the exit of turn 4 is really my weakest point on the track now as we go down the straightaway looking to the inside of the 42 of Kyle Larson as we go down into turns 1. Elliott starting second, drifting down to the 4th position as Kyle Busch is coming through to make the passes and complete the first lap. You're going to notice, as usual, I have my mirror off for most of this race because with the mirror on at Richmond, the frame rate drops pretty severely for some reason. I mention that every time here, so yeah, the mirror will be off for the most part, except for restarts and the occasional just check-in throughout the middle of a run now as we go through turns 3 and turns 4 on the exit of the corner. Suarez putting the pressure on now as he gets to my inside, actually, as we head down towards turns 1 here with 22 to go in the first stage. Now Suarez on my left-hand side as he tries to move over and take the 6th position away, and he would do that. And as we came through now a little bit later in the stage, William Byron, he had started to put the pressure on me as I made a mistake in turns 1, and Byron would come through to take over the 7th position as I had now drifted down to P8 at this point as we went down into turn 3. And now as we came through with 8 to go on the stage, Kurt Busch had also gotten to my inside as we went down towards turns 1 as Byron puts the pressure on Suarez. So I'm starting to fall down the order at this point. Not as strong of a car as I kind of expected to have now as we go down into turn 3. Kurt Busch looking to the inside of Daniel Suarez as well as we come out of turn 4, trying to get to his inside, but unfortunately we couldn't quite make it happen. So as we come through now with 4 to go on the stage, Byron had gone past by Suarez, so he had drifted back down to P8 now as we look to his inside, actually, as we come out of turn 2, heading down the back straightaway, trying to stay in his left rear. As we go down towards turn 3, we stick it up the inside, and now we're going to try and make the pass on William Byron as we come out of turn 4, and we do complete the pass on our teammate as we came through, crossing the line now as we came through with 2 to go, approaching the final lap in the first stage. We had actually put a little bit of a gap between myself and Byron as we started this final lap here in stage 1. Suarez putting some pressure on Kurt Busch up ahead as we go down into turns 1 and on the exit now of turn 2, sitting P8, so lining ourselves up for an outside starting position in the second stage, unfortunately, as we go down through turns 3 and turns 4 for the final time here in stage 1. We will exit the corner to get at least a solid 8th place finish here in the first stage. A solid first stage finish. Kevin Harvick actually won this stage, so he picks up a playoff point. He's still looking for win number 1 on the season, as are we. It's going to be tough to get that today, but we would stay out. No pit stop necessary until the end of the second stage. And we're now ready to start this second stage from the 8th position behind Elliott and Kurt Busch. Now as the green flag is out, Kevin Harvick leads away with Kyle Busch on the front row. The pole sitter Truex down to the 3rd position as we go down towards turns 1, looking on the outside of Kurt Busch, being aggressive here on this restart, trying to see if I can make this outside lane work. I've done it in the past, but it's not going to necessarily work out this time. Now as we go down the back straightaway 3 wide with Kurt Busch and Suarez, we back out of it as we go down into turns 3. Kevin Harvick will come out of turn 4 to lead the way as we complete the first lap here in this second stage. Now in the 9th position with 21 to go here in stage 2 as we look now to the inside of Kurt Busch. Through turns 1 and now exiting turn 2. We're on the inside of Kurt Busch now, moving up into that 8th position, putting the pressure on our Hendrick Motorsports teammate of William Byron, who looks to the inside of the JGR driver of Denny Hamlin. Now as we exit turn 4 on the inside of Hamlin, trying to take over P7 as we head down towards turns 1, now making the move ahead of Hamlin and to the inside. Now we go of William Byron there as we exit turn 2 side by side with our Hendrick Motorsports teammate of the 24 car as we go down towards turns 1, making the pass for P6 here in Richmond. Certainly a much better start here in this second stage now as we go down towards turns 1 now on lap 8, looking up the inside of Daniel Suarez, making a little bit of contact with his door there as we came out of turn 2, heading down the back straightaway side by side for the 5th position as we go down into turn 3. Now clearing Suarez for 5th as his teammate Almirola looks to his inside as we came out of turn 4, trying to set our sights on Kyle Busch, but we would continue to run in P5 as we came to lap 19 now in the stage. Denny Hamlin though had moved up into P6, putting the pressure on me as we went down into turn 3, making a bit of a mistake, and that allows Hamlin to get to my inside as well as Kurt Busch as we come through to cross the line. We get into the wall actually as we go down towards turns 1, a silly mistake on my part, and that allows both Kurt Busch and Hamlin past as we came through turns 1 and turns 2, sitting P7 at this point. Now as we came to 2 to go, approaching the white flag. Almirola now looking to my inside as the car was just falling off so much at this point there as we come through to cross the line. The white flag for stage 2 is in the air. Suarez as well closing in as we go down into turns 1 and we slide, and now Suarez gets to my inside as we exit turn 2 down the back straightaway for the final time here in the second stage. We're going to drop down to the 9th position as we go down into turns 3 and turns 4. Larson in that 10th spot behind as we exit turn 4. We're going to get P9 unfortunately here in stage 2, so much worse finish than what I felt like we were capable of here in this second stage. I felt like we could have gotten a top 5 there in stage 2, but Truex wins the stage, a playoff point for him. We would take 2 cans of fuel and 4 tires and drop down to P33 for the start of the 3rd and final stage here in Richmond. And now we have our work cut out for us once again. Now the green flag is out and we are underway for the final stage now in Richmond. The day has gone fairly decent so far, and hopefully we can rally back here with the final 48 laps to have a good finish. Now as we look up the inside of Daniel Hemrick into turns 1 and 3 wide with him and I believe Bubba Wallace on his far outside. Now as we touch the apron a little bit sideways on the exit of turn 2. Obviously, we need to be aggressive here early in this 3rd and final stage as we go through turns 3 and turns 4. Now up into P28 as we exit the corner, heading down the front straightaway. Truex leads over our teammate of Chase Elliott in 2nd place there as we go down into turns 1, looking up the inside now of Ryan Preece in the 47. Quickly gaining some positions now as we go down the back straightaway, looking now to the inside of the 62 of Brendan Gaughan as we go down into turn 3 at the inside, as well as Keselowski's getting to the back of Truex. He gets a little bit sideways, but he hangs onto the car now as we're up inside the top 25 at this point with 46 to go here in the 3rd and final stage as we make it 3 wide now with Truex and Menard trying to continue to be aggressive and move our way forwards as we would now, and we would look to the inside of Joey Gase as we went down into turn 3, and we would be able to make the pass on him and move ourselves now into the top 20. And we would continue moving forwards throughout this run now as we moved up to P16 as we came to lap 58 at this point, looking to the inside of Cody Ware, who won a few episodes back in Texas with a bold strategy call. Now as we look to the inside of De Benedetto as we go down into turn 3 and now move up into P14, closing in towards the top 10 at this point now. And as we came through on lap 69, just in front of at this point of Clint Boyer, we had moved up to P13, so another position gain as we went down into turns 1 behind Eric Jones, making a little bit of contact there with this bumper as we came through turns 1 definitely in position to potentially get a top 10 now at this point as we go down into turn 3 up the inside of Eric Jones, taking over P12 behind the 41 of Daniel Suarez. And as we came through on lap 72, Suarez had passed Alex Bowman, and we had now looked to the inside of Bowman as we came out of turn 4. Now, I was feeling very confident in the car at this point in the race, less than 30 laps to go as we come down into turns 1, looking up the inside of our teammate of Bowman for the position as we come through turns 1 and turns 2 side by side on the exit of the corner down the straightaway with our Hendrick Motorsports teammate of Alex Bowman. As we go into turn 3, we would clear Bowman for the position and take over P11 at this point. We would get past Logano and take over P10 as we came through on lap 76 behind Daniel Suarez as we go down into turns 1, just behind him there through the center of the corner. Now he has an issue, and up the track he goes with a blown tire or something. And into the wall he goes, and the caution is going to fly now with 25 to go in Richmond. Denny Hamlin at this point leading the way with second place of Almirola and third place Kyle Busch as we get ready to restart here in Richmond behind Kurt Busch in the 9th position. Suarez actually still in this race now as the green flag comes out, and we are once again underway in Richmond now as we're going to look to the inside of Kurt Busch, being aggressive now 3 wide with him and his teammate of Kyle Larson as we go down into turns 1 behind our rival of Martin Truex Jr. now as we exit turn 2, heading down the back straightaway, trying to put a little bit of pressure on the 19 car as we go down into turn 3 with 21 laps to go. We're going to give a little bit of a friendly nudge to Truex as we came through turn 3 and turn 4 in the inside now with Chase Elliott, but he gets clear as we cross the line, so he would still actually fall behind me. And as we came through now on lap 81, approaching lap 82, we get onto the apron there on the inside of Almirola, and into the grass we go, and that's going to drop us way down the field at this point here with 19 laps to go in Richmond. And someone hit me from behind when got sent into the grass after I hit the apron, so that gave us bumper damage. So now already feeling the effects of a loose car as we come through, 16 to go up to 27th at this point, but a big hit to our race now. And now there's trouble behind Ryan Truex, goes spinning through turns 1 and turns 2, and the caution is going to fly again here with 16 to go as Kyle Busch now leads the way as we would get ready to go green. No pit stop necessary now as we're once again underway here in Richmond with just over 10 laps to go at this point. Is once again we're going to be aggressive looking to the inside of Bubba Wallace as we go down into turns 1 with 12 laps to go. Getting into the back there, Chris Buescher, a bit of a mistake on my part now as we're forced in the middle of a 3 wide as we go down the back straightaway. Jones on my outside and LaJoy on my inside as we go down into turn 3. LaJoy hits me and spinning he goes now as we go through turns 3 and turns 4, and the caution once again will fly. And our race has just completely gone to trash in these last probably 20 laps or so after a great run in the first stage and second stage, rallying our way back forward. Now we find ourselves all the way back here in 24th with less than 10 to go now as we head through towards the line. It will be 8 laps to go as we are making a 3 wide already with Chris Buescher. I was just really frustrated at this point, so I was just trying to move forward as quick as I could now as we're going to get into the back there of Michael McDowell, 3 wide with LaJoy and Newman on the inside as we go down towards turn 3 behind the 34. Now we make contact with Chris Buescher, and up the track we go into the wall now as we hang on to it, just continuing to have issues now as we exit turn 4. And that little incident right there was certainly my fault. I got on the brakes and just hit the side of Buescher and got sideways. And now as we came through with just 2 laps to go, we had only gained a couple positions and had gotten up to P26. Actually, Eric Jones coming through to take P27 now as we cross the line to start this final lap here in Richmond. We're going to look back up the inside, though, of Eric Jones as we go down into turns 1 and turns 2. What a promising race we had ahead of us. And unfortunately, I made some mistakes. We had some extra cautions, and it's put us back here in P26 as we go through turns 3. A rough last stage, a rough night here in Richmond is going to come to an end as we come through to cross the line, P26 in Richmond. A very unfortunate finish for us now in Richmond as Kyle Busch would win to get win number 3 on the season. Another 5 playoff points to Kyle Busch. He is just making it known that he is ready to go for championship number 3 now here in our career mode. So a rough day for us after a strong stage 1 and 2. It's just not what we needed to have happen here in this final stage, unfortunately. And then obviously in the next one is Talladega, so that could be a rough one as well as we drop down to P8 in the standings. Certainly not our best season so far, but I'm confident that we can rally back. I mean, even when we're having a rough day, we're still well inside the playoffs, so it's not necessarily a big concern. But as always, if you guys enjoyed this episode, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Those would all be very, very appreciated. In the next one, we go to Talladega and Xfinity and Cup. Still no truck race at Martinsville. Like I said, the schedule for the Truck Series doesn't match up with Cup in this game, so you don't even know when the next one's coming. It's weird, but hopefully in Talladega we can have a strong run. But Talladega, unfortunately, is a track we struggle at quite a bit, so we're going to need to do some work if we want to be up there for Talladega. So I will see you guys for the next episode. Actually, there is the playoff grid real quick. We sit 11th in the playoff grid. Almirola, the last car in. Suarez, Boyer, Almirola, all Stewart Haas cars there in the bottom three. So I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching, everybody, and have yourselves a great day.